man, say man, welcome back to another episode of Screwston Media TV. We're here with a special guest, guest with an S, and that's Test 2 TV. How y'all doing?
We good, bro. We good, brother.
Man, how y'all been holding up during the pandemic?
Shit, really, bro. On the
Still
pandemic,
working,
we've been running
thankfully.
it up. Like, we've been going harder than ever.
What you mean going hard and ever
Like, with
business moves,
with
stuff like
work,
that?
with work and the podcast, because we really started like showcasing our stuff and promoting, putting our content out there. And it wasn't until like the pandemic came, we're like, I kind of fuck with the podcast shit, so let's go ahead and start putting our stuff out there. So really, we've been busy, bro.
So y'all started doing the podcast during the pandemic, or was you guys doing it before that?
We started the
Before.
end of last year.
In the last
December.
okay. Yeah, because I was kind of confused with that. Damn, y'all been working, man. Like, damn. Okay. Well, let's start from the beginning, man. Let's let the folks know where you guys from, and all that kind of stuff.
You want to start?
Okay, so I'm from a small town called LaGrange in Flatonia area.
That's over there by Austin, right? Austin?
Yeah, it's going towards like Austin,
so,
San Antonio.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on 35, right?
71.
71. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
71, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
My bad.
71.
Yeah.
71.
Going towards
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah.
Okay,
We're out there in the country.
Yeah.
Me, from Sealy, Texas.
Hey, I love Sealy, man.
STX.
Hey, shout out Sealy, man.
Yeah, shout out Sealy. Shout out my people out there in the boonies,
Yeah.
We out there in Sealy, bro.
Sealy live, man.
Serving up on horses and type shit. That's what we do out
Nah,
there.
for real, man. Nah, for real. So, tell us, how was it growing up, and where you guys are from? How was it growing up over there? What was you guys doing? Was it anything crazy? How was y'all childhood or whatever?
Me, my early childhood, I grew up in Baton Rouge, and like in and around Baton Rouge, and it wasn't until I got like a little bit older, like around like 7 to 10, that's when I started moving around from like Baton Rouge to Houston. I spent a couple years in Dallas, but I go from Baton Rouge, Dallas, back to Baton Rouge to Houston and move around in Houston and Baton Rouge back and forth. Then ended up when Katrina hit is actually when it brought me back to Louisiana for the last time because my dad was doing construction. So I moved out there with him to New Orleans, and what we do is like remodel a house, and what we would like live out one of the bathroom, like remodel the bathroom first and live out in the bathroom and just kind of till we finish up the house, move from house to house until we got my mom and everybody back over there, and then we moved to Baton Rouge. And from there, my parents got divorced shortly after that, and they departed ways. Once they departed ways, my mama ended up coming out. She had our people out here in Katy because we lived out here in Katy before, so she come out here in Katy and hang out with her friends on the weekends, and then she met somebody. They linked up, hooked up, had a kid, we moved out. We moved out to Sealy, and then I went to Sealy High School. So I would say I'm from Sealy, but I did like a lot. My earlier childhood is Houston and Baton Rouge.
Okay, man, you've been everywhere, shit. I'm just now starting to travel. I'm 26, man. You've been everywhere, man.
Just right here on the I-10, bro. This little stretch
Yeah.
of I-10, from all the way out west of Sealy to New Orleans.
Yeah. I-10 is a motherfucker, man. So what about you? How was it growing up? Where you was from?
Single mom, so it was just me and her pretty much throughout my life. We moved from like Flatonia back and forth to Austin. So we were in Austin a few years. Then we finally came to like LaGrange, Schulenburg area. So that's where I finished off high school.
Wow, man. I love Austin, by the way. Austin is...
Yeah, Austin's a vibe.
That shit's
Like a
beautiful,
hippie
bro.
Yeah.
I always
Views
be
up
telling her
there.
I want to move to Austin.
See, I was about to move out there myself, actually, but the COVID thing. Well, Austin is beautiful. Like, I love
Everyone's
it.
moving to Austin
I
now.
love it.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Man, Austin is just definitely one of those cities. But so let's start from the beginning. What made you guys want to get into this type of business, like the media side of music and all?
Joe Rogan. Nah, but Joe Rogan, for real, yeah, was one of our first
He
inspirations.
listened to a lot of podcasts, and then he put me on podcasts. I started listening, And then I was like, we could really do this, you know? And so we just kind of like, every time my friends came around, they were just like bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
We were either drunk or high or just chilling, right?
Well,
So-
tell them that you were into it first. Okay,
Yeah.
I showed her the podcast, and she's like, "What are you doing? Listening to these people just talk for like
Yeah, it
hours."
was kinda
I
like-
listen to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan go on for like 3 hours. She's like she'll be in the car and she'll be like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" And I'm like, "It's a podcast. Like, you should check them out. They're pretty dope. You know, like you get tired of listening to music. You know, I work. I've been working grinding since I was like shit
High
14,
school.
bro. But no, before high school, I was
Yeah.
working. You know, just under the counter type shit.
Yeah.
I ran hand jobs and doing just manual labor since I was been 14, 15 years old. Even before that, doing the construction with my pops
with
out
the
there,
pops
you
and
know,
shit, yeah.
in New Orleans. So I've been steady grinding, bro, and she gets old, bro. Like, I'll be tired, bro. I'll be fucking listening to the same music, and sometimes the music starts sounding the same, bro, and
Yeah.
there was nothing, like, really getting me going through the day. Like, Future, like, the last real way that had me going, like, grinding really hard at work was Future. I was putting a bunch of overtime and shit in. And then Kodak. I was
Yeah,
fucking
free
put-
Kodak,
I
man,
was putting
free
in
Kodak.
fucking hours, staying up 48 hours, just that back then I was like trapping, I was moving and shit too,